Now, this is the power of an idea. Look at it. For me, I can see five wires connected to this bulb. And those 5 wires are the things that actually power this bulb. The bulb is connected to a wire, to a plug. But without these wires, this bulb will not come on. And these are what I would call the 5 things that power an idea. Without these 5 things, you can never get the idea. So we have number 1, conviction. Number 2, persistence. Number 3, platforms. Number 4, reach. And number 5, resources. Those are the 5 wires that power an idea. And it's chronological. You start from conviction to persistence to platforms to reach, then to resources. So please, I hope you're following me. Can I get a feedback to know that you're with me? So moving on. How does an idea come to life? How does an idea come to life? Like I mentioned, 5 things have to come together to bring an idea to life. So I want to give you 1 minute, just 1 minute to think about it. What idea do you have? Just look at the screen, and just think about it before I explain or give more light to it. You have an idea. What is that idea that you have? Why do you think you've been struggling? Why do you think it has not been coming to life? What do you think is the missing thing? Because a lot of times you think it's maybe money, but really, is it always about money? Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you don't know anybody. Maybe you don't have the platform. Maybe nobody is seeing this. Nobody can. Like, what really is the problem? Maybe you are not disciplined. Maybe you are just lazy. What is it? Just think about it. Just think about it. Why do you think your idea is not coming to life? Why? Just process it for a second. Yeah. So, like I said, 5 things. 5 things. 5 things. Number 1 is conviction. So once you get an idea, the first thing that happens, you just think to yourself, oh Jesus, this is a very beautiful idea. This is a very wonderful idea. It's going to change the whole world. It's going to disrupt industries. It's going to do a lot of things. It's going to change everything. Everything is going to scatter. Everything is going to rearrange. Simply because you have an idea. But one of the biggest problems we face is, and one of the reasons why that energy fades, is because we just stay at that point of excitement. We stay at that point of excitement without taking time to think more on it. So first thing, conviction. Unless you are convinced of that idea, you would never take any action on it. I have an idea that I want to help people have access to quality education. It is an idea. And I've thought about it, so it makes sense. But have I really come to a point where I believe so much in it, I believe so much in this potential, that no matter what to tell me, no matter what to say, I would not waver. And that's the problem. Many times we don't get to that point of conviction. And this is just the first step. We never get to that point of conviction, that unshakable belief in your idea, your value, or your potential. You never get to that point. And if you are not convinced enough, your idea is dead on arrival. You have to first be convinced of that idea. So how do you get convinced of that idea? How do you get to that point of conviction? First things first. If you actually believe that your idea is actually worth whatever you believe it is, you will document it. You have an idea, you first document it. Documentation is the first step to conviction. If you are not, if you don't document it, you are probably were not serious about the idea in the first place. So documentation is the first thing. And just to share an experience, so recently I was thinking about an idea that I thought of, that I had some months back. And in my mind, I was playing it and it was looking so grand, so to say. And it was very beautiful and all. But I felt like I had the perfect picture of what it was. But I just felt, let me just even go back to where I wrote it the first time I got the idea. And lo and behold, the idea that I had in my mind was quite a drift from what it was. And it was even smaller compared to the idea I initially got. But because I documented the idea, I was able to go back to understand what the idea really was about. Conviction. So once you have, let's say, when you are convinced of something, it becomes very difficult for you to be afraid of anything. It becomes very difficult for you to be convinced otherwise, because you are convicted of that idea. I believe so much in my solution. I believe so much that people need to get quality. My network went off for a while. So, like I was saying, conviction. So the next step is persistence. Now I am convinced of this idea that I've gotten. So I want you to keep thinking about that idea that you have. I want you to keep, throughout this process, I want you to keep thinking about that idea you have. That one idea, or maybe a myriad of ideas, but that one idea is what I'll prefer. Just think about it. First thing, are you convinced enough of the idea? Second thing, persistence. Now, once you are convinced enough, once you are convicted enough about your idea, persistence is the natural order of things. And if you are convicted and you take no action, you are not any different from the person that was just excited the time he got his idea. So persistence is conviction emotion. So your conviction actually pushes you to be persistent. I know and I believe in this idea. I believe in this vision so much. And so you would be persistent. So I remember an experience we had with the conference we were planning last year. If it was 2024. Yeah. So we had this idea, we had this vision for what we wanted to do. But of course, like many of us here, we faced challenges of course, obvious of all is money, visibility, viability. Like there were a lot of things, there were a lot of problems that we could, challenges that we could see. But for us, one of the things that stood out was our conviction. So we were so convinced of what we wanted to do. And as much as a lot of situations would say, why people think it should be, a lot of situations would be like, maybe you should just do this. But because of that conviction, we were pressed to continue. And that led to persistence. So I remember days and days and days. I wake up every day, early in the morning, 3 a.m. I'm on LinkedIn, messaging this person, messaging that person, I'm on X, doing that, doing that. Like because we believe so much in the idea, we just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And which leads to the third point, or the third aspect, which is platforms. So of course, the platform is any medium, space, or opportunity that allows you to share your idea with others. So by reason of persistence, you get platforms. You create platforms. Use it and say, oh, maybe you should come and announce it here. Or maybe you should share what you are doing with all of us. Maybe it's even your business. You've been posting it on your status every day, and you've been persistent with it because you believe so much that, oh, this is a very beautiful stuff. I make my attention without sugar or something like that, something as anything kosher. But because of that, you've created a platform in your WhatsApp status. And by your persistence, you come to understand that it's not just about speaking and talking and disturbing. Your place, your message has to have a platform where it goes. So that's where we talk about things like social media. It's either you create or someone hands you on. Someone can promote your business for you, or you promote it on your platform. So like now, there are a lot of platforms that allow for it. You have your social media, your LinkedIn, your X, your Instagram, your WhatsApp. There's any platform, you have social media. You have flyers. You have someone can say, just come up and stand. Maybe you attended a conference, explain what you are doing and all of that. You have a platform, and that's number 3. Number 4 is reach. Now you've gotten this idea, you've been convinced, you are persistent enough. Now you have a platform that you share these things. You now believe that a lot of people need to see this. It's not just about you seeing it. The more people see it, the more I am able to scale this idea. And that is reach. So having a platform is not enough. You need a lot of people to see it. You need a lot of people to do it, because it's like there's this thing they say in marketing, that if you target 1,000 people, you get 110 people from it. So the more people you reach, it increases your chances of getting customers. If I reach 20,000 people, I get 2,000 people as customers. So that's the analogy. So you want to get your reach. So before you now talk about resources, you have been pushed through by your conviction. You staged through with persistence. You had a platform that you have been sharing your ideas on. You've been able to reach a lot of people. Now, when it comes to resources, it now becomes easy, because now people have seen what you have been doing. People are coming to your platform, or anybody that's going through your WhatsApp status is seeing what you are posting on your status. You've been persistent with it, you've been consistent doing it every day. And because you are unwavering in your belief, it keeps going on and on. So it just makes it easier to get resources. And with resources, you can keep on going and start the cycle all over and all over again. The same thing goes with all these tech giants that you see. Someone like Elon Musk believes so much in space. He's so convinced of it that any opportunity he has to talk about it, he talks about it. Just to make sure that his message is not restricted. And by reason of that, by reason of his platform, he has more reach. And that gives him access to more resources, investors, customers, and a lot of other things to help him expand what he already has. And so the idea would always and always keep growing. So yeah, let's move to the next thing. Now, how it all comes together. So your conviction drives persistent action and attracts resources. Someone who is not convinced of his idea can hardly, or maybe never, be able to get any resource or the resources required to fund the vision that he has. Persistence creates opportunities for platforms, and builds credibility that makes it easy to get resources. Because you have been persistent, you get an opportunity to actually present your ideas before people. And because you have, there is already a kind of social sponsor that you are serious. You don't just go and tell someone in that gym. If go to have use your social media to talk about this idea, share this idea, share your thoughts, share a story, do whatever you can, but make sure you are on platforms. If it means doing asking for maybe 5 minutes, let me share. If it means going to your class, standing in front of your class and sharing an idea, if it means going to a conference and speaking to people about your idea, just make sure you have a platform where you can share things. It shows you are serious. It shows how convinced you are. It shows that this thing matters to you, that you are trying to reach as many people as possible. And the next one, reach. Reach generates the visibility needed to attract resources and additional platforms. So you get more platforms when you have more reach. You can speak at one place. You tell people about, oh, this is my idea. This is what I want. A lot of people see it, and it attracts the resources. It attracts the people. A lot of people can now say, oh, I believe in this, and they would want to invest. And number 5, resources provide the means to expand platforms, increase reach, and sustain persistent efforts. So you don't have to be hungry doing it anymore because you have resources. Your resources will give you your food to help you. Like, you now have energy. You have the power to do it. Because at the end of the day, your passion is not enough. Your idea is not enough. At the first goal, it might be a lot. I have this beautiful idea. I'm doing as much as possible, trying to hustle every platform I can get, trying to reach as many people as I can get, trying to do advertisements where I can, trying to get the resources I need. But once you're able to now get a little resources, it makes it easier going on and on and on. Your conviction now becomes clearer. It becomes a validation of your conviction. You have food, you have resources to fuel, to encourage you to keep going. You can buy more platforms or present your idea before more platforms. You can reach more people and you get more resources again until your idea becomes the greatest thing that you've ever thought of. So yeah, I think sufficiency in itself, it needs power.